heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I mean, you can't even go out for a walk on a trail without losing your life.
My daughter said that there was a big rock down there that was all caked in blood.
The pain was like so unbearable.
I understand many of you want answers, and we do too.
Around 6 p.m. on August 5th, 2023, Rachel Morin, a fitness enthusiast, left home for her regular evening run, like many other. But this run was different. This time, the 37-year-old mother of 5 would never return home.
We've seen her walk the trail many times. I felt like I was watching a criminal movie.
The Monpaw Trail in Bel Air, Maryland, a well-traveled path once known as a safe place in a small suburban town, now tainted by a chilling tragedy.
I was here at 2 o'clock with my husband. The trail was packed. There was a lot of people here. There were dogs.
When I saw 25 policemen standing out here, my heart started to beat.
Just before midnight, Rachel's boyfriend reported her missing, sparking a desperate search that began with hope. And would end in heartbreak. Overnight and into the morning, investigators retracing her last known steps along the trail and combing the woods for clues.
Hopefully, that we can bring this case to a resolution, but through to try to alleviate some of the concerns our community members have.
But less than a day later, a deadly discovery.
We just received a call from a who's advising that she has located the missing Rachel Morin subject on the Monpaw in a tunnel that runs under 23 priority 4 near mile marker 2.75 on the Monpaw.
Rachel's remains ultimately uncovered by a young girl aiding in the community-led search efforts, her stepfather.
It's not gonna be laying out in the open. I said she's gonna be tucked away somewhere.
Claiming Rachel's body was found unrecognizable, stashed in a tunnel drain.
If somebody were just to do a thrill kill, it wouldn't be as brutal as what we witnessed.
Law enforcement now shifting their search from missing mother to a murder suspect.
I wish I was in a position to stand here and say that we have a suspect, that we know that this was a targeted thing. Not that that's a good thing, but that at least the rest of the community is not at threat, and I cannot say that.
Sheriff, you mentioned a homicide. I know it's early in the investigation, but what made you make that determination that this was in fact a homicide versus an accident?
There's indicators that our detectives have no doubt, and I'm not going to go into what physically they observed at the scene, but the investigators believe, and sadly, it's a homicide case.
While the sheriff remained tight-lipped about leads, within 24 hours, Rachel's boyfriend Richard Tobin taking to social media, appearing to proclaim his innocence. The post garnering hundreds of comments and speculation about the homicide. Richard writing in part, "I love Rachel. I would never do anything to her. Let the family and I grieve. Yes, I have a past, but I also have 15 months clean and have changed as a person. Please." Court records revealing he faced domestic violence charges in a previous relationship.
He was the initial complainant. Rachel's boyfriend was the complainant who reported the missing person. So obviously our personnel have spoken with him, but we are not in a position to say he's a suspect or that any person is a suspect.
We hear that they found her body, and the pain was like so unbearable.
At a memorial service, Rachel's loved ones spoke of her spirit, kind heart, and unyielding love for her 5 surviving children. And at the trail, a memorial of memories taking shape along the tree line, Rachel's family posting pictures of her as they walked the path privately in silent remembrance.
I just felt the sadness when I kept seeing the flowers all over the trail.
As the community mourned, investigators hard at work, within weeks making their first breakthrough in the case. This 9-second clip captured on home surveillance clear across the country, allegedly the same man who killed Rachel.
This DNA evidence has come back as a match.
The suspect shown leaving the scene of a home invasion and assault in California.
We know nothing more about him other than he was in LA and committed that crime in March, and he was here in August and is the murderer, we believe to be the murderer of Rachel Morin. We don't have any clue where he could be. We don't even know if he's still in Harford County or in the state of Maryland.
With his back turned and his face out of view, the new clue seemingly fueling more questions than answers. And as weeks without an arrest turned into months, many began to fear the key lead could be a DNA dead end.
They're worried that leads are going cold, that the case may not be in people's minds, and that's why we're doing this now.
The Morin family offering a massive reward for anyone with information that could lead to an arrest. Enlisting the help of a renowned criminal profiler, they also released thousands of flyers with renderings of the suspect and a written description of what and who to look out for.
When they do get attacked while they're walking or jogging on a biking trail or a walking trail, I would say 100% of the time it's a serial killer.
I think everybody, myself included, in the family had hoped that somebody would be apprehended by now.
Then, suddenly, a 10-month manhunt finally coming to a close in a completely new state. Investigators using new DNA technology to track him down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, although his ties there remain unclear.
Rachel's murderer is no longer a free man. Hopefully, he will never have the opportunity to walk free again.
At one point, when things seemed like really bleak and hopeless, the lead detective said to me, he said, patience will win in the end. And that's what they've been doing. They've been diligently working very hard, and they've been patiently working through all the leads. And it's because of that we have an arrest today.
Shackled at the hands and feet in a yellow shirt and face mask, 23-year-old Victor Antonio Martinez-Hernandez, now charged with first-degree rape and murder. According to authorities, the suspect, a citizen of El Salvador, who illegally crossed the border in February of last year after allegedly murdering a woman there a month prior.
Victor Hernandez did not come here to make a better life for himself or for his family. He came here to escape the crime he committed in El Salvador. He came here and murdered Rachel, and God willing, no one else. But that should have never been allowed to happen. Here in Harford County, we are 1,800 miles away from the southern border, and the American citizens are not safe because of failed immigration policies.
The arrest igniting fierce debate around immigration. The Department of Homeland Security claiming U.S. Border Patrol apprehended and expelled the suspect on 3 occasions under Title 42. Thrusting the local case into the national spotlight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Morin family from Maryland.
Rachel's brother, Michael, asked to recount the tragedy before the Republican National Committee.
Joe Biden and his designated border czar, Kamala Harris, opened our borders to him and others like him, empowering them to victimize the innocent. Yet, to this day, we have not heard from Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
Back in Harford County, a judge deeming the suspect a flight risk and denying bail. Inside the courtroom, State's Attorney Allison Healy calling this among the most brutal and violent offenses in Harford County's history, but outside avoiding interviews.
It was a correct decision.
So what was Martinez-Hernandez doing in Maryland in the first place? Did he know Rachel? And will he be found guilty? All lingering questions his trial will likely answer. Jury selection is scheduled to start October 23rd, leaving 3 months to prepare a case following an investigation that took a long trail of twists and turns.
Coming to this trail finally feels different.
And as for this trail, new state-of-the-art security cameras cover almost every inch of it, aiming to prevent future tragedies and put the public's fears at ease, as Rachel's loved ones pray they have justice to look forward to on the path ahead.
I felt like up to this point, Victor had taken this trail from us, but now this trail's Rachel's again.